Hey there, nieces and nephews. Uncle JD here again. Just waiting for people to show up in the room to see this ninja's ass face. Wait, not saying that I have an ass face. I'm saying my ninja ass face. Anyway, let me see if I can post this up to where I don't have to hold it. And do this in such a way to where I don't have to hold the flashlight either. Oh wait, that's gonna block the chat. Good thing nobody's in yet. Hey, how's it going? Uncle JD here. If you could. It went away. Alright. I don't know if I freaked him out or whatever. That's the backup. You know, for whoever's watching this, even though it's already been archived, just know whenever you come into the lives that I do, you know, say hello in the comments or in the chat. That way I can know who's in here and I can talk to you. Hey, there we go. Somebody came in. Throw where you're from in the comments. This way I can see your username and all that. That way I can know who's in here and give you a shout out or whatever. Okay. Is that Y dot and a God's eye? Am I looking at that correctly? Either way, hello. Hello, Emily. How you doing? Hey, King J, what up? Alright, now that there's 15 people up in here, I feel comfortable enough to take off this stupid-ass... Well, it's not a stupid-ass mask. It's a ninja mask. It's a great mask. Anyway. Roman Casillas, hello. Posey Slay, hello. The Soccer Edits, I liked your short. Which short are you talking about? By the way, if I've said anyone's names incorrectly, I do apologize in advance. Let's see here. Please don't say cuss words. Okay, I can appreciate the request, Emily, and I'm not trying to sound rude or anything like that. It's just that I don't always know when a cuss word's going to come out. It's part of my vocabulary. I can try not to respect my viewers' wishes and all that, but it's going to happen. I'm just going to be honest with you. Prince Dad, huge argument with their wife. That was... Hold on a second, let me... Okay. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry. I dropped one of my vape pens, and that thing is expensive, so yeah. I'm saying son of a bitch over that one. But, Emily, I will try to tone it down. Geronimo Hernandez. My friend's dad had a huge argument with their wife. I know how that can be. I've had many with my wife as well. If you don't mind me asking, what was it about? Alan, don't smoke, that's bad. Alan, I appreciate it. I've actually cut down. Used to be 2 packs a day. Now it's like a pack and a quarter. Wait. Don't smoke, that's bad. Try my name. Kagiso McDonald Ramatadli. Nah, Ramatladi. Is that it? Ramatladi? Don't smoke, that's bad. Emily, please don't tell people what to do. I can understand where you're coming from there, Flower. But, you know, I took it like she was requesting it. I didn't take it like it was demand or anything. Ash plays. If you're gay, smoke a cigarette. Haha. You too, Alan. Let's see here. I like this live. I can subscribe to you. Yeah. Everyone should be able to subscribe. The years. You kind of look like Abraham Lincoln. I look like Abraham Lincoln if Abraham Lincoln happened to be a juggalo. Whoop, whoop. Any juggalos in the house tonight? Let's see here. Flower, don't tell people what to do. I look like... That's the second person that's told me I look like Wolverine today. Cletus22. Andrew said I look like Wolverine. Cletus22, say my name and I will tell right or wrong. Okay, I think I said it. Cletus22. Geronimo Hernandez, 8. Not sure what the 8 is for. Mind your own business. He's an adult who doesn't need to be told what to do. Wow, Flower's going all out for Uncle JD. I appreciate it. But, again, I didn't really take things as demands from anyone. I took it as, you know, just genuine concern. King J, ayo! Am I saying that right? Or is it ayo? Let's see here. Philippe Mendonca. Hopefully I said that correctly. You retracted your message. What's up, man? Soccer edits, I just did. Okay, I believe you're saying that was subscribing. Posey Slay says the same. Hopefully that's in regards to subscribes. Good morning to you too, Felipe. King J, English or Spanish? If you move, you're gay. I'm the first to get right. That's pretty cool. All right. Everyone says Clet, then us. Weirdly. Interesting. Yes, F21. Oh, wait, hold on. King J said yeah to something. Okay. Juggalo like Clown Posse? Yes. What? Posey Slave recognized? People do it to everyone, and I get tired of it, is all. They need to mind their... No, Flower, I totally get where you're coming from. And I can appreciate, you know, the statements and everything. Okay, so my channel originally was just going to be me camping in places around town where you're not supposed to camp. And I was going to tell my experience being homeless in the city of Tampa. Me too. What's your channel about? When you said Ayo. Like the first time or the second time? Like, I really wish I could hear y'all's comments. That way I can know how it's supposed to be said. Me too. Will you? Okay, so back to Flower. My channel is currently about anything and everything that could possibly happen in my life. I can't really say it would happen to other people's lives, but it happens in mine. So I cook some stuff. I get my mind right sessions where, you know, I give you somebody to get right with and talk with, but it's me talking and y'all are watching. I'm really starting to think about doing these shows all live, though, because this is a hell of a lot more fun for me. All right. All right, so Emily and Posey Slay, if you're both okay, it was the second one, King J. Thank you. You Posey says she has a channel. Emily, it seems like you're saying you have a channel. I'm not sure if the two of y'all are still in here, but whenever I do get off of doing this live, I will. Okay, so that's the thing. Anytime I get a notification through YouTube saying that I've got a new subscriber and all that, when it tells me I got a new subscriber, I always go in and subscribe. Sometimes I don't get told when I get a new subscriber, so I don't even know that they're there. But I will say that I will definitely subscribe back. Anyone that subscribes to me, whether they got a channel with content or they just have the channel to be on YouTube, regardless, if I know that you are subscribed to me, I will subscribe back. Posey, I gotcha. Just let me, finish the live, and then I'll be going through and subscribing to everybody. Where the hell's my lighter? 305 Benthol 100s. These things always tend to burn out for some reason. But going back to the question earlier about what the channel's about, it's been kind of coming sporadically. Sometimes I'll do reaction videos. Sometimes I'll do like 5 minutes of Serenity. I haven't done any of those in a long time. It's where I play some relaxing music to 5 minutes of relaxing footage, whether it be like raindrops falling in a puddle, palm trees blowing in the wind, whatever the case might be. King J, smoking is not good for your lungs. I know. But I started smoking when I was 7 years old. And I quit for about 3 months when I was 26, 27. And now I'm 43. I've cut back. That's about as good as I can do right now. Okay, so, alright, so for the three of you, you're 11, okay? Real quick there, Posey, with you being 11, what is your channel about? Because look, I'm not saying that I wouldn't find your channel interesting. I don't know what it's about, but 43-year-old guy following an 11-year-old, that doesn't really look the greatest. So I may or may not be able to subscribe to you, Posey, if you're 11. And Emily's 8. How the hell are you guys getting in here? I put it as like age restricted. Do y'all have like a profile on here set up to where it says that you're 18 or older? I mean, that's what I would have done if I was, that age, but I'm just saying. Random stuff? Okay, I might be able to get away with that. I have a couple of daughters myself. They're one just turned 14, the other one's about to turn 12. So, depending on what the random stuff consists of, this might be something that my kids can enjoy. Same thing with you, Emily. The young age stuff, as long as there's a legit reason why I would be following your channel, then yes, I will definitely subscribe. But I don't show my face on my channel. Okay, so that's a good thing. Minors, maybe not so much the late teenage years, but the young teenage years and the earlier phases and all that, I would suggest keeping your face hid. I mean, there's a lot of creeps out there, you know? And I mean, there's those of us that like to handle that type of situation. But with the way that things are going on right now, we all just need to play it safe. Emily, that's cool that you do show your face. What is your channel about? And if y'all have channels, talk about it in the chat. You know, I got no problem sending people to you. I got no problem highlighting YouTubers on here. Like every Sunday, I try to do a YouTuber highlight. And the YouTuber highlights are from channels that I subscribe to right now. I might come across something that I don't subscribe to, but it might be something that other people might be into, and if I think that person's doing a good job, yeah, I'll throw them some spotlight. Shit. Let's see here. Gray Miller, hi to you too. Thanks for that comment you made earlier. On the short, you have your photo on your profile. Oh, you're talking to Palsy. Okay. Emily also does random stuff. Okay. Thank you. All right, so somebody gave me a suggestion in a live I did earlier. I want y'all's opinion if you don't mind. King J, is that bruh for me? Or is that bruh for someone else? But, oh yeah. So, okay, cool. Alright, so somebody had suggested, I have to go back and read it again. But there was, I think it's Interstellar Ape 8, something like that. He gave me some suggestions for videos, and I told him I was gonna, you know, do a video inspired by him. So what? I'm on my mom's phone. Okay. Is your mom right there? If she is, tell her Uncle JD says hello, and that I think it's cool that your mom's letting you watch me, if she knows. But I do not encourage anyone under the age of 18 from hiding that they watch me. And if you're in the Town and Country Tampa area and you find me in public and you decide to say what's up, that's cool too. But just let your parents know, or your grandparents know, or your auntie, your uncle, your mommy, your mammy, your mailman, your, you know, dog's best friend's cousin, whatever. Let whoever is above you in your family know about me. Okay? I don't want anything hidden. But if you're underage and you're trying to sneak around to watch the show because Uncle JD cusses and smokes and gets his mind right and stuff like that, I get it. But I'm not going to tell you to, I'm not going to tell you to do it. Alright, looks like we got some type of emoji face war going on. Red 101, okay. Is 16 good? Dude, yeah, I mean, okay, now if I say dude, I want everyone to know that I just use the word dude. But yeah, dude, it's cool. The only part where age really comes into it is, like, if I'm following you, or if we're hanging out in public, because, let's face it, I am a homeless guy, okay? Not a lot of people want their kids hanging out with me. Now, there was a few teenagers, all guys, that would find me, because I'm not hard to find, and, you know, they would stop and, you know, whether I'd be at the park or at the Wawa or whatever, they would sit there and hang out with me and talk to me, and yes, I get it. What does a 43-year-old man have in common with a, let's just say, 12-year-old kid? I get that, but at the same time, I'm trying to tell the younger generations what not to do, how not to end up where I'm at. Red 101 OK. Yes, I am homeless. Now, I do have a few resources where on certain days I can, stay in my friend's backyard or whatever the case might be. Um, oh, what? Nando Rambo up in the house? What up, man? Gray Miller, what's my favorite animal? Um, hmm, I would say it's like a three-way tie. Well, okay, my favorite is a tie between snakes, scorpions, wolves, like snow white wolves of the Viking lands of northern Europe, that type of thing. Um, Eagles, deers. There's quite a few animals that I would say are my ferrets. I fucking love ferrets. Um, all right, so Emily, I'm Tampa, Florida. I see that you're in Tennessee. Posey, bye. I understand. Take it easy. Cool. Gray Miller likes wolves too. King J likes wolves. Emily, I got family up in Tennessee though. I might be able to go visit them. They're like it's either Clarksville, Clark Range, Clark something. It's Clark something in Tennessee. But maybe I can, go up there and do an event, and if there's enough Tennessee followers, then great. Maybe we can do like a pizza party or something. But it's going to take me a while before I can get up there. I'm going to give you that much of a notice. Don't think it's going to happen anytime real soon, but maybe I can make something happen. Dodger fan, don't watch baseball, football, basketball, soccer, hockey, none of that. I'm a cage fighter guy. I watch UFC, pride fighting, XFC, IFC, bare knuckle boxing, bare knuckle fighting, that sort of thing. I'm a martial arts combat sports kind of guy. I mean, I can watch baseball and basketball and football and all that. I can't really play anymore because my body's pretty fucked up. But I used to play. I played all those sports, but I started training to join the XFC school. And the day that I was supposed to go sign up, I get into a car accident. My right arm snaps in half. I have a dent right here in my skull from where my head hit the windshield. And because of all that, there goes my fighting career. Emily says, "Yay! I'm glad that you're, happy to hear that type of thing." Okay, the faces that are popping up here, what do those faces mean? Like those red faces? Not sure where y'all found them. Not sure if they're targeted at me or if it's something I said or whatever the case might be, or if everybody's just, posting a face because it's cool. I don't know, but, if anyone can let me know what those faces are supposed to be, or if they're just your typical run-of-the-mill emoji faces that are available. Okay, everybody's having a face war. But what does the face mean? I am curious. Gotcha. Alright, so you think it means mad and people are going to face war with each other in here? Is that something that's like trending, doing face wars? I'm old school. I'm out of the loop. I'm not caught up on the times. And with everything that I'm trying to be involved in with, I don't always manage to no. Okay. Well, anytime I seem confused about something, if anyone has any knowledge on the subject, please drop it. I don't mind being schooled. If I don't know, I don't know. If you can help me know, great. We just came up with it, huh? Alright, that's cool. Go to war. Shield Wall. Peyton Parrish reference. You know, I mentioned him in a few of my videos. Did some shorts with his songs. Still haven't heard back. Still haven't got a highlighted comment or anything that I left. It's cool. I'm not crying. I'm not bitching. I'm not complaining. I'm not moaning. I'm just saying, Peyton Parrish, if you see this, hit me up, dude. Got some Viking DNA via Ireland, by way of Ireland, so even if we're only related by a couple of drops with the kin and clan and all that, still there. Shield Wall. Keep it up, bro. No, Peyton Parrish is really good. He's got good vocals. He uses auto-tune a little bit too much, and he has to overemphasize the sound for his monster-sounding growls and stuff. Don't get mad, Peyton. A lot of us can't hit that low of a roar. It's cool. Nice. Gray Miller threw the shield up. Or at least that looks like a shield. Gray, is that a shield? Cool. And did they manage to put it in Danish colors, or is that just a coincidence that there's red and white there? And I'm not even sure if Danish colors are red and white. I might be getting it mixed up with another flag. That wasn't from smoking or the vape. I was choking on spit. Alright, so something I was meaning to mention earlier. So I was talking about doing a live on Saturday at 11. It might end up being on Friday. Friday at 11. I will make sure to put the correct date and time in the post that I put on YouTube. Everyone, please remember, Uncle JD is located in Eastern Standard Time, USA, aka Florida time. So if I'm referencing the time, it's my time. I will do my best to remember to specify my time zone and everything. This way, nobody gets confused. Right now, shit. Hang on. Right now, it is. I use military time, and when it gets to the higher times, I sometimes get confused. So, let me do that again. So 21:23. 6 is 18, 17 is 19, 7 is 19, 8 is 20, 9 is 20. So it's 9:23 approximately p.m. And since there's only 3 of you in here at the moment, no better time than now than to give a shout out to where you're from. You don't have to specify cities or nothing like that. Just tell me what state you're in, what country you're in, whatever the case might be. Gray, I'm assuming that you're referring to 7 p.m. or is it 7 a.m. where you're at? Okay, USA. All right, gotcha. All right, let's see here. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, in the post that I make about the live that I'll be doing either Friday or Saturday night, it's gonna give a description of possible topics that I go over, any demonstrations I might do, you know, whether it be cooking with Uncle JD or hobo handbook tips and tricks type stuff. Homeless Chronicles I haven't done in a while. I was writing a book called The Homeless Chronicles, and it was stuff that I didn't cover in videos. It was like its own little thing. I was going to turn it into an audiobook and a readable book, and the book that I wrote it in got drenched in water. All the ink ran. Not salvageable at all. All that information gone. I don't remember what I put there. I do have type 3 diabetes, which is basically type 2 diabetes, but it comes along with early onset Alzheimer's disease, so my memory is not the greatest. Cooking would be cool, Gray Miller says. Maybe a day in the life of too. Actually, I'm planning on doing a day in the life of live pretty soon. I just don't know when. Nando Rambo, try putting it on Google Docs next time. Try putting it on Google Docs next time. You won't lose it as long as you keep your email. Try putting it on Google Docs. Just curious. Nando, help me out with the put it on Google Docs next time. What would you be saying to put on Google Docs? And while I'm waiting for a response or anybody else to jump in there, referring to the Homeless Chronicles. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, good idea. The only problem is I need to learn how to use it. Basically, like, I've worked office jobs, I've been managers, I've been payroll, I've done a lot of things, don't get me wrong, but if I'm not using it for work purposes, generally I forget what to do, because I write down the steps, I know where to find the information to do what I need to do, I just don't commit it to memory. So it's not that I'm not capable of using all these different programs, it's just that I get, a little distracted or forgetful. Real quick, just want to answer Gray's question. There's too many vocalists that I am inspired by to say who's my favorite, but I will name off some vocalists and rappers too. Even though it's not singing, I'm still going to count them. And regardless of their views on the world, I don't give a shit. Okay? It's the way their voice sounds that I'm commenting on. So here we go. Not in any particular order. James Hetfield, Jonathan Davis, Aaron Lewis, the guy from Mudvayne, can't remember it's Chad something, Phil Anselmo, Tupac. Open Fire is my favorite song by Tupac. Check it out. DMX, Bone Thugs, the Insane Clown Posse, of course. Whoop whoop. Violent J, Shaggy, if you're watching, send me some autographed Fago bottles. And some ICP gear, man. Come on. I'm homeless, dude. But I'm a juggalo. I even like some country artists, the older ones like Randy Travis, Travis Tritt, Tracy Lawrence, George Jones, Merle Haggard, that type of stuff. But I listen to a lot of classical also. Nando, you said you had a question. Okay, so this must be your question. I like this girl in college, but she just turned 18 and has a boyfriend. Should I get her number? And she smiles a lot at me in class. Should I try and do something with her? She's super sexy. Okay. Now, you can choose to take the advice of me or anyone else that throws advice in the comments or the chat. But here's the deal. If you know she has a boyfriend, okay, going after her might piss him off. If you don't know the guy, that could be very dangerous for you. If you do know the guy, it could still be very dangerous for you. Because let me give you a little example. My wife cheated on me. And she made sure not to find out or for me not to find out who it is. Because that reminds me, the guy from Blue October, great singer. Now, I said that to say this. Check out Blue October's The End. That song's been used by a lot of men in a lot of divorce cases. Now, what would I do? If I found out, who my wife, well, back whenever I actually gave a fuck about her, if I would have found out who she cheated on me with, they probably would have ended up with a 3-inch blade 15 inches deep in the throat. Let's see here. She's super sexy, young, tiny white girl. She's been giving you her number and shit. Like more than once? I have a violent history. Okay, I can appreciate that. But honestly, it's best not to be violent unless you have to be. And I'm not a peaceful guy because I forgot how to be violent. I just think it's better to have a soldier in a garden than a gardener on the battlefield. But the point is, dude, if she's got a guy, wait till they break up. Don't. It can backfire on you, okay? Wait till they break up. Yeah, there you go, Gray Miller. I just saw that. What is it? Great minds think alike? Is that how they say it? Let's see. I bet she weighs under 100 pounds. Joe Rogan. I'll get closer and make her think he's... When you say Joe Rogan, are you implying that the chick that's been giving you her number is Joe Rogan's girlfriend? I mean, if that's the case, hey man, do your thing, but I'm pretty sure that Joe Rogan, anytime he stands up anywhere, whether it be on UFC commentaries or Fear Factor, if anyone remembers that show, or whenever he's doing comedy, because he did do stand-up comedy for a while there. If he still does it, I don't know, but he probably stands there, looks at everybody standing around, and thinks to himself, I could beat the fuck out of at least 95% of you. So, just keep that in mind. Joe Rogan is a MMA badass. Alright, so Nando Rambo says, but she told me today that he wants to be a stay-at-home dad and still have her clean the house and be her slave, and I said she sucks, and she agreed he was a bad choice. I heard the soldier in Garden on Joe... Yeah, it's been used there too. I came across it through Facebook. Thought it sounded good. Adopted it. I haven't heard him say it, though. Oh, that's probably why you put Joe Rogan, because you heard that on Joe Rogan's show. Okay. Soft A, yes. Never did the ER. Wasn't raised to be racist or nothing like that. Ran away from home when I was 15. Lived on the streets. I've lived with so many different types of people. I lived in a house with 10 Mexicans that did not speak a word of English. I simply walked up with a case of Corona, put it on the ground, pointed at it, pointed at their house, pointed back at the beer, said, rent, mi casa. And they let me move in. Now, granted, there was like 6 of us sleeping on the living room floor, but all I had to do was chip in on the Corona, and I got to stay there. After I moved out of there, I moved in with these two black guys and a Puerto Rican guy. Well, he was Puerto Rican and Dominican mixed. Um, and they all said it. And, you know, I refrained from saying it and all that because. Oh, and here's the thing, I look like a white guy. I do have some Irish blood, I do have some German blood. But they're not the majority. I'm primarily Cherokee Indian, and then I'm also Ashkenazi Jew. Or at least I think that's the right title. I just say Jew. You know, all the documentation that I could possibly trace things back with and all that, I don't have people's names or information to even try to research it. But growing up, I was told that by a family member on the Jewish side that we had ties to the tribe of Levi and the tribe of Simeon. So that's cool, in my opinion. But anyway, the point is, I've never used the hard ER. It was the NIGGA version, because they told me that if I didn't start talking like them, that they would think that something's up with me. So to make them feel more comfortable, they wanted me to act just like they did. So, I mean, I pretty much did. I just didn't use the N-word. And then I started using the N-word around certain people, the ones that knew me. Oh yeah, about my race, I just came out lighter complected than I was supposed to, but if you leave me out in the sun, my native and my Middle Eastern features start coming out real noticeable. Nando Rambo, is it wrong to look at a woman in public if she's revealing herself? This is a judgment call. If you don't feel morally right by looking at her, then don't look at her. Look away. If you don't have a problem with looking at a woman revealing herself, then enjoy the show. Especially if she's out in public doing it. I mean, you can't help but look at somebody doing something like that in public. And even if you do have a moral dilemma where you don't feel morally right by looking at a woman revealing herself in public, here's the deal, man. It's okay to look at somebody and be like, oh, they're attractive, and keep it moving. And if you want to say, oh, they're attractive, yeah, I'd like to keep this moving. Moving. You get what I'm saying? So it's a judgment call. Okay, I see where Gray's coming from. If she's trying to get your attention, you know, it's up to you, though. Is she worthy of your attention? If you think she is, great. If you think she's not, then don't do it. But at the same time, if a chick's revealing herself in public to get your attention, she's doing it to get a lot of other people's attention too. And if she's doing this type of shit to get attention right now, and let's say you hooked up with her, who's to say that she's automatically just going to magically stop trying to get attention? And who's to know if she's involved with someone already trying to get your attention and stuff like that? I mean, women are confusing sometimes. Can't always read them. So all I can say is, if you can go to bed with a clear conscience for, staring at a chick butt booty naked in the middle of a Haagen-Dazs ice cream shop. Does Haagen-Dazs have ice cream shops? Anyway, if she's willing to put herself out there in public like that for all the world to see. Now, she may do it if she's with you. Just use her for... okay, look, I'm not bashing you for what you said, but just in case there are some minors in here, I gotta keep it kinda respectful. That's your call, Mando Rambo. I'm gonna leave that one up to you. No ice cream shops. Okay. It was Haagen-Dazs. No, I just said the same damn thing. Baskin Robbins. That's what I meant. Baskin Robbins. Home of 30 flavors. No. You're good. You can put whatever you... No, I'm not here to censor anybody. Public service announcement. I am not censoring anybody. You say whatever you want. It's just me, because I'm saying it verbally. It's a little bit different than somebody typing it in the chat. As long as you ain't harassing anybody in here, as long as you're not bashing anybody in here, as long as you're not being a dick to anybody in here, have at it. I mean, you can be a dick to me. I don't care. But don't be, bashing any of the fellow viewers. That's all I ask. I think they do a lot closed down. Okay, yeah. Most of them you can only find in, like, Dunkin' Donuts now. And... I just had a flashback to when I worked in a Dunkin' Donuts. We had a Baskin Robbins in ours. I used to get pralines and cream milkshakes every day. That might have been what contributed to my weight gain. Believe it or not, I was 287 pounds in February of 2014, 15, or 16. And that's when I was diagnosed with diabetes. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. 287 pounds. Now, I got diagnosed for diabetes while I was in there for issues with my pancreas. Pancreas produces insulin. Mine doesn't really produce it that well right now. But the point is, I was in the hospital, and that's how I found out. I'm currently staying... Alright, Gracie, when you get back. Yeah, no problem. Take your time. I'm currently... Oh, shooting star, that was awesome. I'm currently staying around 125 to 135. 5'9". Not really much meat on my bones. I do eat a lot, but I'm not really gaining any weight hardly. Gotta talk to the doctor about that. Willie Dildo. That's a funny name. I'm gonna try to stay healthy. I'm gonna try to improve my health. Okay, so you kind of have an idea of what, we go through. Welcome back, Gray. Yes, I do need medication. I actually have a vial of insulin. I just got to get some syringes. And then I need to, re-up on my insulin. Along with some other medicines for some other conditions I got. It will help your body absorb the food. You probably have to pee a lot. Oh. That's where it cuts out. So I don't pee very often, but when I do pee, I could easily do anywhere from a half gallon to a gallon per piss session. Because it's like, for some reason, my body doesn't tell me when I gotta pee until it's last minute. And then it's, hey, JD, empty me. Go wee-wee. And I'm like, don't talk to me like I'm a little child. I'll go pee when I want. And then it's usually right then and there because I feel the urge to pee. I think they give out free needles. Some places do, but they give out free needles to people that are using them for like heroin and stuff. And the needles that they give out for heroin users and stuff that shoot up other things, those needles and insulin needles are a little bit different. Now, there are some medical places that give out free needles. I just don't know where they're at. Where I come from, we got this shit called Top the Tater. I inhale that shit with chips by the tub and easily gain weight if I hit like 4 tubs of it a month. Top the Tater. What is that? Is that like is it like hummus? Is it like sour cream? Is it some kind of already pre-mixed like nacho stuff that you would put on chips, or is it just a dip? I've never heard of Top the Tater. That's why I'm asking. Gotcha. I'll look into it. Actually, I might check out its recipe and try to make my own. For those of you that don't know, not too long ago, I had made up a batch of mead, which is still kind of fermenting. Actually, I got this phone that I'm doing this live on, I got it propped up against the bottle of mead right now, as a matter of fact. Commented on that in one of my earlier lives. But the point is, I'm making mead still because it's still in the process. I've made a hot paste. It was plum based. I won't tell you all my ingredients till I get my recipes patented and trademarked and all that good shit. But I put black plums in the mix to give it a plum flavor base. And I don't know what happened in the process, but it turned out so versatile that you could put this stuff on anything and it would taste good. Somebody told me that it tasted like barbecue sauce to them. Another person said, that would go good on chicken. Somebody else said, I can see myself dipping cold shrimp into this, like a cocktail sauce. I never thought I was going to hear that. I've tried it on so many different types of foods, from pizza to Pillsbury toaster scramblers, the bacon, egg, and cheese kind, to Chinese food, sweet and sour chicken with white rice with sweet and sour sauce and bourbon sauce. I mean, I've tried it on so many different things, and no matter what I put it on, it tastes good. And depending on what I put it on, it brings out a different flavor from the sauce, which is really cool. So I might be onto something. But anyway, I might have to make my version of Top the Tater once I can find out what the ingredients are. Willie Dildo also says, I believe people with diabetes can inhale that shit and gain the weight they seek. It's pretty secluded to like Wisconsin and Minnesota, though, unfortunately. Shout out to Minnesota. My sister lives there. She got married, moved up to Minnesota. Y'all need to come back down to Florida, though. My sister don't watch my shows, y'all, so she's not gonna see me saying that. But anyway, Willie Dildo says jalapeno plus habanero jelly / jam on Texas toast, or dip some chicken in it, even on a burger. Ooh-wee. Willie Dildo, you got any Cajun influence in you? Or do you just like saying ooh-wee? I'm just curious. That one, though, the jalapeno and habanero jelly, jam, whatever you want to call it, that sounds pretty good. So the 4 of y'all that are in here, say where you're from and your favorite type of dipping sauce for chicken tenders. Whether it's fried chicken tenders or grilled chicken tenders, doesn't matter, as long as you're dipping your chicken into it. Where are you from? What's your favorite dipping sauce? Oh, nice. Willie Dildo's from Australia, but moved to Minnesota. And influenced by Southern American culture for sure. Nice. Okay. What's your favorite food? Gray Miller asks. Yes. I'm kidding. My favorite food, I'm gonna have to say fried chicken. Born and raised down here in the South. Fried chicken, chicken and dumplings, baked beans, cornbread. But being in Tampa, I've also got my Hispanic card, so I'm all about that Rollos con pollo and, you know, some, what was the last thing that I got? It was some kind of an enchilada meal with chicken. That stuff was pretty good. I like all kinds of food. From around the world. I eat, you know, a lot of curry food, like Jamaica, Caribbean style food. I love Chinese and Japanese foods. India. There's a Indian restaurant that has, I can't remember what it's called, but it's chicken, and it uses like red curry powder on the breading and everything. It's really, really good. Eat that with some couscous, and some nice, you know, room temperature green tea. Yeah, I'm all about it. I used to be about junk food when I was younger, especially during my stoner years, because I always worked in fast food as a manager, and I could always make as much food as I wanted. Oh my god, that made me fat too. When is the last time you ate any of these? Tuesday. I had some sweet and sour chicken on Tuesday. So I do want to correct some more here. Yes, I'm homeless, but I have resources where I can sleep in their backyard, yada yada. But I also have a friend that, okay, let me get caught up with Nando Rambo real quick. Alright, so I'm craving beer so bad, what should I do? I'm over a week sober. Don't touch the alcohol. Go ahead and do some weed, though. That ain't gonna hurt you. You can't get addicted to weed. You may want to use it, you may like to use it, you may love to use it, but you're not gonna get addicted to it. And fuck these people that are saying shit, oh, I'm a nurse in the California emergency hospitals, and I see, ever since we legalized weed, you know, so many teenagers coming in for marijuana poisoning. Fuck you. There's no such thing as marijuana poisoning. Nobody is overdosed from marijuana. If they're getting dirty weed from somebody, then yeah, that's gonna fuck them up. I got some that was laced with strychnine once. That's rat poisoning. They put me in the hospital. So you just gotta know where you're getting it from. But when they legalize it, then you can buy it from a dispensary. Anyway, no one's ever died from weed. McDonald's is cool, depending on the location. Because this location right around the corner from me, every time I've gotten chicken nuggets there, like rubber balls in the shape of a fucking chicken nugget. All right, so to go with what Gray is saying about don't smoke, maybe get some edibles, some oil. That might be a safer alternative than smoking. But THC, I'll put it that way. THC is a good way to go. I did solar sales actually. Uh, Energy regulation, solar panel installation, solar grid education, that type of shit. I've done that. Fucking hated it. But I was good at it. I just hated it. Willie Dildo, from your perspective, what would you say is keeping you homeless? Okay. So from the hips down, I have neuropathy, which makes it hard for me to walk. I also have bad ankles, bad knees, bad hips, bad lower and upper back, bad shoulders, a metal plate in my right arm where my arm was snapped in half. My left arm just got weak because I wasn't able to lift stuff while I was recuperating on my right arm. So if you don't use it, you lose it. So I kind of lost the upper body strength that way. So now my job searches are pretty much limited to office work. And right now, it's kind of hard to get a job. I've been applying, no one's been responding. And I got a kick-ass resume. Trust me, I do. What caused me to be homeless, though, I went to work one day with my weed grinder in my pocket. Didn't even smoke that morning. Completely forgot I had it in my pocket. Meant to take it out before I left for work. And somebody that didn't like me said I smelled like weed. I guess they smelled the grinder, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't smell anything. I willingly emptied my pockets and, I accepted my fate. Learning experience. But finding work right now is just kind of hard. But I do have a game plan set. Once I can land a job, I've got people that will let me pay them to stay at their house to save back some money, to where I can get it on my own. And working on getting my license back, working on getting a car again. I'm working on things. I'm just kind of stuck in a rut at the moment, but I don't quit. I never give up. As long as I'm still breathing, I'm fucking fighting. I will be back on top of the world again. And then once I am, I'm going to use the resources that I have to help as many homeless people in my area. Willie Dildo, yes, there are staffing services around me. Unfortunately, majority of them are 98% construction. And the desk jobs usually go to workers that the dispatcher is friends with. They get first dibs. But I've been applying on Indeed. I did do a couple of interviews, but that was right before Hurricane Helene hit. And that's another thing. Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, when they came through, they set a lot of companies around me back. So that just made it even harder to try to find a job. But I am looking. I'm not trying to be some piece of shit out here, y'all. I'm trying to get back on my feet. It's just I've been homeless several times throughout my life. It's just this time I was like, instead of crying about it, I'm gonna turn this into something. And then I just started video documenting and started the YouTube channel. And I was going by JD because I didn't want to give out my real name. And then somehow Uncle JD came about. I was known for, I kept calling myself the 100% certified ninja, which I still am. I just haven't called myself that in a while. I used to refer to myself as everybody's favorite homeless uncle. Still do, just haven't done it in a while also. But yeah, I started video documenting this whole journey. And honestly, I kind of like living off the grid. If I could go build a cabin in the woods somewhere and live that way, I would. Now, I don't like having to sleep outside on the concrete in the bushes at a bus terminal, whatever the case might be, or staying awake overnight until daytime to where I can go somewhere and hide without having to worry about somebody rolling up on me and catching that. Or I'll sit up at Wawa and watch YouTube and write down my thoughts or do videos and stuff like that. Willie Dildo, I tell you what, bro, you get a donation deal set up on here, and we're gonna get you a shave and a haircut when you got something lined up. Willie Dildo, I appreciate the thought, but I have plans for a very unorthodox style hairdo. So the top is going to be in one dreadlock, and then this strip right here that runs down the sideburn, there's going to be a dreadlock from here to here, and then from here down is going to grow into a dreadlock. I have a dread on this corner of my chin, in the center, and on this corner of the mustache, that corner of the mustache, keeping this shaved. In the back, a strip about that wide running down the center of the back of my head, which will turn into natural dreadlocks on their own. All the other ones I'm going to be putting into dreadlocks, but that strip in the back is going to be dreadlocked. Everything else is going to be shaved off. And then I'm going to have a tattoo over here too once I shave it off. Alright, how do you deal with cravings? It's really tough. Well, you can at least rock a Padawan tail from Star Wars. That's true. Thank you. Alright, so Nando Rambo. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. Haven't used it in quite a while, but I love it. Here's my take on it. Okay? Just like I say in my Get Your Mind Right videos, whenever you're getting your mind right, you do you. Uncle JD does Uncle JD. But when it comes to you doing you, you don't want to get strung out on something, okay? Because I honestly believe that certain drugs, when used properly, are beneficial to us, as long as we don't abuse them in the wrong way. And as long as we don't use nothing dirty like crocodile or whatever the fuck it's called, and Flocka and all that shit, fentanyl, all that, fuck all that. No. Do the clean stuff. If it's going to help you get through the day, just don't get strung out. If you do get strung out, or you feel like you're addicted, reach out for help through a friend or clinical treatment. Help is out there. Reach out for help. Willie Dill, have you ever had a chance to rip any Galaxy gas ever? Is that what it's called? Galaxy gas? Or are you referring to it as Galaxy gas because it's really fucking good? The only thing I haven't thought is heroin and PCP. Good. Heroin kills people. PCP can make you kill yourself if you're not careful. You start seeing shit. Galaxy Hash is amazing. It's Nas N20. Never heard of it. Oh. What? Wait, no. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. Never done it. I've done whippets. I used to just straight inhale helium off of a helium tank. And I'd fill balloons with helium too. Used to hit air dusters. That might be part of what's wrong with me up here. Who knows? Alright, so it's looking like only Nando, Rambo, and Willie Dildo are in here at the moment. So let me ask you guys, what are y'all up to right now? Like, what are y'all getting into? Are y'all going to bed soon? Are you just getting up? Are you eating? Are you smoking? Are you going to work, getting home from work? You know, what are y'all up to? I tried to vape off my Zippo. Ain't that some shit? Let me check something real quick here. My battery's at 69. Playing, Nando Rambo's playing Black Ops 6 online and smoking weed and nicotine, fighting off my cravings. I feel you, dude. If the cravings are for something that you don't want to do, I totally understand where you're coming from. If it's something that you honestly want to do, if it's not something that's going to harm you, look, everything we do harms us a little bit, but as long as it's not going to harm you in a great deal, I say do it, man. But that's your call. If you want to quit it, quit it. Willie Dildo just got home about an hour ago from a 12-hour shift. Damn, I hate those things. I'm feeling a little delirious and I haven't even smoked or cracked a brew yet. Took a shit and found your... That's awesome. I'm glad that shit led you to me. No, but for real, thank you for coming in and viewing my shit. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to be on here that long. I thought I was going to get my mind where it needed to be, smoke a cigarette, say goodnight, get off. But there's been action in here, so fuck it, man. Let's hang out for a bit. I'm an idiot. It wasn't turned on. But yeah, 12-hour shifts suck. I used to work 12-hour shifts as a security guard. But get this. I was port security, where the ships come in. But our company didn't have armed security guards. And they also decided to put all of us unarmed security guards as the first defense in the port. Basically, Operation Human Shield. And I told my boss, I was like, I'm sorry to tell you, bro, but fuck that. Should one of these ships be carrying terrorists or criminals or whatever the case might be, and we're told that we have to report to the front line? At that time, I had kept a 45 fully loaded, one in the chamber, 2 extra clips. And I would have simply reached in, grabbed my piece, went and stood in my position, but you come near me, I'm plugging your ass. And if you want to fire me for it, then go ahead. And then he said, well, if you bring a gun, then, you will be fired. And I was like, alright. Well, since I was parked offside the property, they couldn't say anything about me having a gun in my car. So I told them, I was like, yeah, bro, it's ready. It's in my van. But it's not on the property. It's not on my person. It's in my van on public property. And he's like, well, you better never break it out. I'm like, well, dude, you better never tell me that I gotta serve as a human shield, because I'm not doing it. But the point is, I basically sat there checking IDs, watching cameras, writing down whenever trucks would come in to pick up coal and stuff. Didn't really run into any problems. I had a few issues with some of the mine's employees, but that's it. Gotta show love to the Scum. Much love back at you, Willie Dildo. Longest bid locked up? Okay. Are y'all ready for this? Three days. My wife lied. Said that we were arguing over finances and that I hit her. Because she had a little dark spot on her cheek whenever DCF came by to investigate. Long story, get into it some other time. I wasn't even around. I left. We were living in Bartow at the time, and I moved to Tampa to get away. I went to Tampa to calm down. I come back out to Bartow. We're talking. Unbeknownst to me, she told DCF that I hit her already. And I ended up going to the hospital that night, being put in the ICU with 1,365 blood sugar. No, I'm sorry. It was 1,605 blood sugar. Doctors asked me how I was still alive. My response was, I don't know, maybe God loves me. But the point is, they had me in ICU, and 3 or 4 hours later, I'm being arrested from the ICU. They said that my wife didn't press charges. They said that the sheriff's department decided to press charges. I think it's a combination of both. Fuck Polk County Sheriff's Office. Fuck the eventually former Mrs. Uncle JD. Was only supposed to be in there for 1 day for first appearance, and then they were going to release me, but Hurricane Matthew came through. All the courthouses and every government building shut down. Hurricane Matthew hit everywhere in Central Florida except for Polk County, which is where I was, so I got a couple extra days in there. Now, sleeping is what I did try to do for the most part, but there was a lot of noisy guys. Like, the dorm next to mine, they were smoking Tunchi up in there. I don't even know how they managed to get it, but they got it in there. In Polk County, of all places. Polk County, Florida. Grady Judd. Hey, Grady Judd, fuck you. I'll tell you about Grady Judd one day, but, you know, look him up. And the point is, so what was supposed to be 1 day turned into 3 days. They never gave me an ID bracelet. Ain't that some shit? I'm walking around the jail without any identification on me. I could have stripped down naked and walked out of there. I could have kept the same damn clothes on. Just flipped the shirt on inside out. I could say I bought it. But the point is, ended up in there for 3 days. Let's see here. From what Willie Dildo says, from what I've learned about this country is that the victim ain't gotta press shit, let alone ever be present in order for the state to pay. Yes, that's very true. Because putting people in jail is a moneymaker. At one time, jails and prisons in this country were legit, but then they all became corrupted. Even the ones that follow the rules, they're still corrupted. This girl hit my car with her door, and I'm gonna make her pay $750 ISB for very small damages. Am I wrong? That's a judgment call. I don't know what the damages look like, so I can't give my suggestion on that. 3 days in jail, for me it wasn't that oh man, we had on the last day I was in there, right after my first appearance in front of the judge. We had emu patties with mashed potatoes and gravy, black beans and white rice. Let me tell you, if you haven't eaten any emu patties, go and get you some emu patties. That shit is fucking phenomenal. Especially black people in jail for labor work. Alright, so if we go further back in time, yeah, it was primarily, using black people as slaves in jail for labor work and all that. But then after slavery was abolished and, time moved on and we progressed and all this other shit, they started viewing everybody as cheap labor. Whether you're white, black, Mexican, Chinese, Indonesian, Aussie, Kiwi, whatever, doesn't fucking matter. You're cheap labor in this country to the prison system. I've got a quote for 200 and 700. I'm going to show her the 700 and do the 200 pocket. Do the 200 pocket 500. That's your call, dude. If it's her insurance that's basically paying it anyway. That's why people have insurance. Willie Dildo says prison in America, money drugs in America, money sex trafficking in America, money war crimes committed by America, money laughing my ass off. Yeah, pretty much. But I'm going to take this opportunity to say everybody commits war crimes. Nobody's sticking to the Geneva Convention anymore. And I'll be straight up honest with you. When 9/11 happened, I tried to enlist. I was like in my early 20s. Now, Geneva Convention says that you can't have a serrated blade and attack somebody with it. I say, if I don't have any bullets, if I don't have my gun, if it comes down to using a blade, serrated or not, going deep into the throat. Because if I'm trying to kill you, I'm trying to kill you. I don't care if I'm doing it humanely or not. But for war crimes, everybody commits war crimes. We just don't hold anybody accountable anymore. Because if we don't hold other countries accountable, no other countries can hold us accountable. It's give and take type shit. It's over 50% Latino. Depending on where you're at. Now, there might have been an uptick in Latino inmates recent years, but look, we're not going to revisit the COVID era. The COVID era? No. I'm not going into that shit. That was too much of a fucking headache. We had riots in the streets. We had a standoff with police 5 minutes from the house that I was living in back at that time. So what did I do? I rolled one up, took out a lawn chair, loaded up my clips for my 45, hollow tip bullets. I call them mind changers, because once they go up in there, they'll definitely change your mind around. Or they'll make you change your mind and you turn your ass around and walk away. But either way, you're going to change your mind. But yeah, so I'm not going to hash the COVID era. But we're doing all this bullshit. The jury's still out with me on some stuff, but it is what it is. So she wants to do out of pocket, no insurance. Did y'all fill out a police report? Nando Rambo? Did y'all do a police report? Alright, not sure if you're still in here, Nando, but basically, you should have filled out a police report. Yeah, you should have filled out a police report, dude, because no police report, no proof of accident. Unless you got pictures and stuff. Just because you got a mechanic that gave you a quote on damages and all that, without a police report and all that, I don't see this going very well for you, my friend. I'm just being honest. But if she wants to give you the money out of pocket, and she actually gives it to you, go ahead and take it. Especially since you're doing her a favor because she doesn't want to do it with insurance. Take that $700. Alright, if you're new to the live, say hello and what country you're from. That way I can say hello back, and that way I can say hello back and give your country a shout out. You see this? Yeah, my friend's dog got to my pack. Fucking hate that dog. Willie Dildo says, without a police report, you ain't getting shit but a laugh in your face, bro. That's literally your voucher to the... Yeah. The way that Willie Dildo just put it, it's basically true. I mean, she might be a kind enough person to pay you, but she doesn't have to. So don't hold your breath on it. And she may never respond. Like, if you call, she probably won't answer. If you write her, she probably won't respond. If you email her, she probably won't reply. There's no police report, so you can't make anything happen now. Unless you've got some video footage or photos or something like that, you're shit out of luck. If you have any of that, it might help you. It was on campus with cameras. Alright, well, if you might be able to get the footage from the campus and take it to the police department, you might be able to, I don't know. It might be different in different areas and different places, but you might be able to do a police report based on the camera footage. If she responded when you texted her Nando Rambo, that's cool. So hopefully it works out for you. I really do. It's just that typically people in this world are trying to get one over on people too much. So, but from now on, moving forward, anytime you get into an accident or anything happens, do a police report. That way you've got some kind of documentation backing you up that's been considered official or legitimized due to the fact that it is considered a government document. Ain't that some shit? A fucking traffic ticket is a government document? But it is what it is. And Willie Dildo says dash cams are lifesavers. Yes, they are. Cameras are lifesavers, period. It saves you in situations of accidents. It's Saves you in situations where you're being accused of saying things, doing things, going places, being somewhere where you shouldn't be, being at the scene of a crime, or proving that you were somewhere else during the crime that took place at that scene. Cameras, I used to hate cameras. Now, I'm all about it. Let's take a look at what time it is real quick. So it's 10:26 Eastern Standard Time, United States of America, aka Florida time. And that's spelled FLO hyphen DA. Florida. Nando Rambo, I think I'm gonna go back to over what are your thoughts? Back to Uber. Oh. Like taking Uber or driving Uber? Double-edged. Willie Dildo, it's a double-edged sword. Absolutely need cameras in society today, but then there's the part where you might have to do some sketchy shit and everywhere is littered with cameras. Very true. Very true. Okay. Here's my thought on Uber. It might be great for the drivers that are committed to it. It kind of sucks on the passenger, though. I'm not gonna lie. I've actually been screwed by some Uber drivers. I have 2 destinations. They end the trip at the first destination, causing me to have to take another Uber to get to my final destination. And they never refund the rest of the charge that they've already collected. And that's happened to me way too many times. Plus, it's expensive for the type of travel that I need it for. Other people might need it a lot worse, and they're willing to pay the money to do it. Now, depending on what the situation is, I'll pay. I don't like it, but I'll pay. Or, I'll be like, nah, fuck that. I'll take a bus and walk 45 minutes. Depending on how far it is, of course. But, if you're going to do it as a driver, have at it, bro. I wish you the best of luck with that. Willie Dildo says, Minnesota, it is mandatory that you're Somalian to be an Uber driver. That you are Somalian. Oh, that you are Somalian to be an Uber driver like that. Yeah, so I'm just kidding. Seems like it though. I don't really know much about Minnesota, like the demographics up there. Down here in Tampa, we have a lot of Indian drivers, a lot of Arab drivers, a lot of Hispanic and Caribbean, whether it be Jamaica, Haiti, Bahamas, Virgin Islands, whatever the case might be. Even had a guy from Ghana. Had a guy from China. Like, he came over from China. And so our car ride mainly consisted of kung fu movies. But yeah, I may go up to Minnesota to visit my sister sometime, and I'll be able to see what it's like. I really need to find a neutral time to where at least a majority of the planet is awake, to where I'm not working at the time, to where I can do lives at that time. I don't have a live show schedule yet. I just know that either Friday night or Saturday night at 11 p.m. I'm going to be doing a live show with actual topics and shit. Woolly Dildo, largest Hmong population in the world outside of Laos. Same with Somalians population, largest outside of Somalia. So I wouldn't mind meeting some of the, if you're speaking about the Mongolian, the Mongolian people, specifically, I would like to meet the Who. The, T-H-E, Who, H-U. You. I don't know the rest of the words. All I know is you. Y'all should look that up. The Who. Actually, there's a guy named Steve Terryberry. He's a YouTuber. Mainly does guitar stuff. He does reaction videos to bands and, you know, hidden messages and stuff like that. Pretty funny guy. You know, I'll give him that. It would be nice if Stephen Terryberry would respond when somebody mentions him, though. I'm just playing. I'm not mad. But anyway, he's got a couple of videos that talk about metal from around the world. And I'm telling you, some of these acts are fucking good. Like Bloodywood. Can't remember the name of the song, but it's talking about, you know, rioting in the streets and stuff like that. But it's got Indian cultural instruments mixed in with metal. That shit is so fucking hardcore. Anyway, Willie Doldo says there's more Asian restaurants in Minnesota than there is fast food restaurants. Well, it's definitely a draw for me. Chinese food and me, it's like a magnet drawing a bunch of those little nails. Or those metal shavings and the Woolly Willy draw things from back in the 80s that you'd buy from the toy section in the Walgreens pharmacy. Woolly Willy. Chinese food draws me to the restaurant the way that the magnet draws the metal shavings to itself. Okay. Chocolate milk's the shit. Alright, so let me go ahead and do this. I wasn't planning on doing this again, but since I'm going to be telling a story, why not? I'll tell a short one, because I do need to get to sleep at some point here. This is going to be more kind of like a funny story. So I used to be big into drinking. Vodka and fruit punch, vodka and cranberry juice, tequila straight, tequila with salt and lime, hot or chilled, gold or silver, Irish car bombs. Now, if you go into an Irish pub and you ask the barkeep for an Irish car bomb, you're gonna get the shit beat out of you. Don't ask for an Irish car bomb in an Irish pub or in Rhode Island. Simply ask for a car bomb. Leave the Irish part off of it. Just take my word for it. Um, also used to do Jaeger bombs, but that used to make me violent. Tequila made me love everybody. So did Irish car bombs. I wanted to go out and have fun and do karaoke and all that shit. But anyway, the point is, I had a long day at work one day when I was managing an Arby's. Was living with my girlfriend and her family and her mom's boyfriend at the time. I had a huge plastic cup full of fruit punch with vodka, which got knocked over by my girlfriend onto the carpet, and I took the blame for it because she was so scared of her mom and her mom's husband. So I took the blame for it, and I had to pay for it. But it is what it is. Anyway, here's the story. Came home, got super drunk. And me and my girlfriend, we would go to bed naked. Don't tell me this is dying. Okay. We would sleep naked. And I woke up having to take a piss one day. Now, we both worked at the same Arby's. And we had to keep it secret that we were seeing each other. I was a manager, she was a crew member. But we both had the same type of shoes. No name Velcro shoes from Walmart because they were comfortable. And people put two and two together and said that, oh, they got the same shoes there together. Well, anyway, I woke up, thought I walked out of the bedroom, thought I went to the middle of the hallway, just 2 steps away from the bedroom door was the bathroom door, thought I walked into the bathroom, lifted up the seat and took a piss in the bathroom toilet. No. I opened up our bedroom closet, started pissing, come to find out that I pissed into my shoes. So I switched my shoes with hers. And she was walking around smelling like piss the whole shift. We wore the same size shoe. She got the piss shoes. But the point is, once I woke up and I realized that I was pissing in my shoes, I quickly tried to stop peeing and I pinched the tip and I ran to the bathroom hoping that nobody was in there because I'm butt-ass naked, grabbing my dick, and she has 2 younger sisters. At the time, I was like 22, 23. Her sisters were 13 and 14. No. 14 and 15, and I was like 23 or 24. But still, that would not have been a good thing. So, yeah, I ended up pissing in my shoes, made my girlfriend wear them to work, and everyone was looking at her strange for smelling like piss. It was awesome. But I do have some crazy stories, like what I did on 98 Rock for concert tickets and backstage passes, and, getting to hang out with the Lizard Man Freak, who you might know from Ripley's Believe It or Not. I've hung out for 25 minutes up to maybe around 45 minutes total. No, 2 hours total. But I've hung out with so many different artists and bands and stuff in my life. It's been awesome. Anywhere from Metallica to Korn to Violent J to Dark Lotus to Blaze Ya Dead Homie, Anybody Killa. Met Seven Dust, hung out with them for a little bit. There's a whole bunch of groups that I've got to hang out with. I met Lazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony and got to smoke with him. That was fucking cool. Hung out with Disturbed. I've had a cool life, not gonna lie. So I'll share another cool story one day. Alright, let me catch up with the chat here. Willie Dildo, how I got my name was I was watching the old Willy Wonka with Gene Wilder, and a Bud Light commercial came on and said Dilly Dilly, and it made me laugh and thought Willy Dilly and thought it was cheeky. Then I got thinking about it in depth and was like, Willy Dildo, Wiener Dildo. That's fucking awesome. That's a great story how you got your name. That's fucking great. That's fucking great. Shit, I've met politicians too. I'm not saying that I'm proud of it. I'm just saying it's happened. I met John McCain. I was gonna ask him what he thought of the latest Insane Clown Posse album, but it was at my office where I was working at the time, and my boss says, if you dare say anything other than hello, Mr. McCain, you will be fired because the owner is a huge John McCain fan. So I simply said, hello, Mr. McCain. I had a baby on the way. I had to do what I had to do to keep my job. But now that they're getting older, I can go back to being the true dick that I am. I'm not a dick. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a mean guy. I can be violent when it's required. And I just tell it how it is. I mean, whether you like it or whether I like it, or whether you don't like it or I don't like it, reality is reality. We have to accept it. Anyone that thinks that they can change how this life is going to play out to the fullest extent, they're lying to themselves. You're not going to be able to do that. You honestly think that you can keep any government official with the power to do so from pushing a button? From giving an order to attack? And that goes around the world. Not any particular country. We can't stop reality from being reality, okay? We just have to accept it and move on. I mean, I'm not going to try and purposely offend somebody, but if you get offended, that's your problem. You clicked on my video. Willie Dildo says, saw Shaquille O'Neal throw down at a EDM rave this past... That's fucking awesome. Didn't know it was Shaq because his stage name is Diesel? Okay. Alright. Shaq, like the back part of his driver's seat is basically in the back seat. I only say this because I met the Big Show, who used to go by the Giant in WWE, WCW, NWO, well, whatever it was. I met him. His car is designed the same way. The back part of his seat, his driver's seat, is in the back seat. When he shook my hand, that part that's wiggling is all that you saw. Everything else was swallowed up in his hand. He's got some huge fucking hands. I beat my mom with a broom when she was on meth and PCP trying to fight me and my ex-girl. Bro, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Having to do that to your mom or anybody, just having to beat somebody with a broom because of the way that they're reacting on drugs, that's fucked up, man. I'm really sorry you had to go through that. Willie Dildo says, like, it's truly incomprehensible at first looking up at that fucking behemoth. I would imagine, because I'm pretty sure that Shaq is taller than Big Show. So, I can imagine. Alright, so it's turning an hour and 50 minutes that I've been doing this live. gonna stay on till it hits the 2-hour mark, just to give the two of y'all a heads up. Man, the dog fucked up more cigarettes than I got to enjoy the whole fucking thing, man. Fucking hate that dog. So, I'm gonna smoke this cigarette. I'll wait till the live timer hits 2 hours. And I really meant it earlier whenever I said I'm probably gonna start doing lives more often. Because I mean, it's like most of the time when I'm recording a video, it's like I'm picturing somebody clicking on my video and watching it. I hardly get comments, I hardly get likes, all that. But so far, the highest amount that I've had at one point was 15 viewers. But it's like I can do what I would do, because I'm a one-take guy. If the video has cutscenes, that's for entertainment. But each scene that you see is one take. I don't redo takes. If I fuck up a take, oh well, moving on to another project. That's how I am. I keep things real raw and authentic to the best of my ability. Now, I do change the names of places and people to keep their names and locations protected. So in some cases, whenever I'm speaking, I might say one thing, but that's solely for anonymity for the people that I'm talking about. So yeah, everything that I tell you is true, but some of the names, places, and minor details to scenarios have been changed to protect identity of people, places, and things. Willie Dildo says, "Sounds good, mate. I need to eat some dinner and socialize with the fam. God bless you and stay safe, brother. Truly. God bless you also, and you stay safe as well, Willie Dildo." Nando Rambo, if you're the other person that's in here, how's that game coming? Okay, maybe it's not Nando Rambo in here. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to play any of the latest Call of Duty games or anything. You know, I love the military games. I love the Mortal Kombat games. Oh my god, that's my game. I have played every single Mortal Kombat game in every single format that is available in the United States of America, except for the new reboot Mortal Kombat 1. But that game is still fucking badass. I watched a lot of the playthroughs. I watched the movie for it. I mean, you know, there was some stuff that was kind of lame, but I like where this reboot is going. So if you haven't had a chance to play MK1 yet, do it. Now, I was fortunate enough to be around for the original Mortal Kombat 1. Kano, Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, Raiden, Sonya, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Mortal Kombat. Anyway. But I agree, man. Video games can be a good distraction. Whether it be from, you know, fighting off an addiction craving, escaping the stress of everyday life. When you're young and you're and your parents are making it hard to cope with things, video game is a good escape. And it's a good escape for adults too. 43 years old, still playing video games? Yeah, because it helps. It's therapy. Um, but the very first video game I ever played was Pac-Man. But then I found out about Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was my favorite game. I kicked so much at Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. on ColecoVision. The very first at-home video game system besides Pong. Look up ColecoVision. That was a really cool system back then. I would be happy with a ColecoVision right now. It had a steering wheel and a gas pedal for some of the games, like Dukes of Hazzard. There was all kinds of shit on that system. You should check it out. If I could find one and buy it along with the games, I would, because that thing takes me back to my childhood in a good way. All right, you've been trying to get a girl. My advice to you is stop trying. Nowadays, like, it was hard back whenever I was younger dealing with trying to get a girlfriend. But nowadays it's a lot more complicated. So I mean, if you're gonna try to find a girl or whatever, just stop trying, man. You know, be you. Go out places, do things. You know, don't make a big spectacle, but if you see a chick that catches your eye, get nearby her and try to catch her eye. If you catch her eye, take it from there. If you don't, move on to the next chick. Maybe I can trick a college freshman. Nando Rambo, did you ever say how old you were? If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Okay. 2001. I'm not good at math. Give me a moment. 2001 to 2011. 2011 to 2021. So 20. So you're 23? Turning 23? Something like that? Only reason why I asked was just to kind of get a better idea of the whole scenario. So you're pretty young. I'm assuming she is a freshman in college? Or is she a different chick that just happens to be in college and she's not a freshman? I guess I should say, is it two different chicks that you're talking about? 2006. Same chick, okay. And I'm assuming that she was born in 2006. Is that correct? Or were you correcting your year? Or I'm sorry, man. I just see 2001 baby, then 23, 24, and then 2006 baby. Okay, so yes, it's her birthday. All right. I got you. Well, if you're not afraid of her boyfriend, on one hand, do what you want to do. On the other hand, there is bro code. Now, if he's being a dick to her and, all that, fuck him. Do your thing, pay the consequences later. But if he's a good guy and she ain't feeling him anymore, tell her to break up with his ass and the two of y'all can get together. If she doesn't break up with him, or if she gives you any fight or any resistance, that means she's not into you. And she's just going to try and take advantage of you, use you for something, get something out of you. But if she agrees, I would just wait until she breaks up with him. And if she doesn't break up with him, then she's lying to you. She'll set you up. She'll make you think you're going to get something from her. But you're going to have to watch the archive of this to get the rest of the answer because you're already gone. Alright, so anyway, yeah. Wait till she breaks up with him, get with him, or get with her then. If she ain't willing to break up with him, she's just going to use you for something. And then whenever she's done with you, she'll throw you in the trash. Or if you piss her off, she'll lie on you to her boyfriend, and then you'll have to fight him. So make sure that anything that you do end up doing, take pictures, take videos, document it, have proof. I know that the normal person wouldn't think to have that, but after all the bullshit that I've been through, it's a little too late now because I'm not looking for any active relationships, but if I would have known that back then, I could have avoided a lot of headaches. I bet you are going to take a lot of photos. Yeah, especially the triple X videos. That's funny. But yeah, that's really all I can say about that whole situation, Nando Rambo. Damn, man, people are coming in. I'm not complaining about having viewers. I just thought everybody was done for the night, but I'll stick around a little bit longer. If you're just joining the feed, say hello in the chat. That way, say hello and what country you're from. That way I can say hello back and give your country a shout out. Alright, here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to get my mind right back where it needs to be again. And then I'm going to smoke one more after that. And after that, I will be calling it a night. Oh, somebody dipped out. I guess I didn't want to be invested in the show already. That's 2 people gone. Well, they can always watch the archive. Nando Rambo. I know a guy that has rupees cheese. The answer is yes. It is bad if you use them. Now, having that been said, if she agrees to use it, I wouldn't hand it to her. I'd set it on the table or something. Let her serve it to herself. If she doesn't agree to use it, don't do it. You, back in the day, you could slip rupees and be successful and not have any problems. Back then, we also had a thing called Quaaludes. Give her a couple of Quaaludes, she'll love me in the morning. I could have done that impression a little bit better, but I had to keep my voice down because I am outside. But the point is, nowadays, don't do it, man. If she don't want to do it on her own, don't slip her the roof. Don't give her a roofie float. It's just better for you if you don't do it. I wonder what would happen if you fed a roofie to a seagull or a pigeon. Hopefully it wouldn't kill them. But maybe if they ate a roofie and started flying around and then they black out, would they just start flying crazy? Or would they pass out and fall to the ground? And if they fell to the ground, I think that would be funny as shit. If it landed in front of somebody and it freaked them the fuck out, it's like, oh, this dead bird just fell out the sky. But then, well, maybe the impact of hitting the ground might kill the bird. I'd feel bad about that, but, maybe they're so lifeless that they'll just hit the ground and bounce and be okay, and then kind of come to. Yeah, that bird's gonna die. I just have a fucked up imagination, that's all. Damn it, it died. I'm sorry. Hang on a second. That's right, it fell. Okay. Hold on. Hang on a second. I have to get up and pick something up. I smoke a lot. A lot of what? Nicotine or weed? Oh, my knee. My knee just separated. Okay, got it back in place. Sorry about that. And both. Okay, gotcha. Real quick, Nando. Even though you're like 23, 24, 18 is legal, bro. So I wouldn't call her a little 18-year-old girl. I would just call her that 18-year-old girl. Don't allow yourself to be a simp, but I'd be okay with, if it was me, I'd be okay with texting her a little more, but definitely as a friend level. Nando Rambo, if you're watching the archive version of this, I'm just saying, dude. It just sounds better if you don't use the word little. I mean, it's legal. She's 18, you're 23, 24. It's legal. It just sounds weird. But anyway, thanks for sticking around as long as you did, chatting it up with me. Thanks to everybody that popped in and out. Thanks to the 8 people that liked. Thanks to the people that subscribed. I'm going to get off here, quickly subscribe back, and head to bed. In case you didn't hear it, Nando Rambo, in case you're the one that's in here, I would say go ahead and start texting more. Just keep it on a friendship level. You have a good night and have a great one also. All right, everybody, good night. See y'all the next time.